Hello, welcome to the radio and television station, and I'm Kauchi. Here comes the local news. According to the General Department of Tourism, by the end of May 2022, August has only opened international tourism for about a month and a half. Vietnam has welcomed about 230,000 international visitors. According to the General Statistics Office, the number of visitors from Australia and the Americas was a big increase, with increases of more than 2,900% and over 2,100% respectively, followed by visitors from Europe. However, it is possible by the end of 2022, Vietnam's leading tourism markets include China, Korea, Japan, etc., had not yet been opened due to the COVID-19 outbreak, and the Russian market has not been able to reopen due to the effects of the war. Welcoming new customers means that Vietnamese enterprises have to transform themselves to create new tools to suit the needs and preferences of customers in each country. The whole tourism industry is working towards the goal of welcoming 5 million international visitors in 2022. The delegation of the Malaysian Timber Exporter Association, led by Mr. Chu Song Phong, chairman of the association, visited and worked with Tavico Group to explore opportunities for cooperation in investment and development of wood industry. At the workshop, Mr. Võ Quang Hà, Vice Chairman of the Wood and Handicraft Association, introduced the delegation about the operation of the association. In 2021, the export turnover of the wood industry reached $1.86 billion and the association set an export target of $2 billion this year. In order to supply raw material for production of Tavico, wood industry enterprises have established a large-scale material distribution center in Đồng Nai with a capacity to supply 200,000 cubic meters of plywood and 200,000 cubic meters of lumber annually. The COVID-19 pandemic and the outbreak of hostilities between Russia and Ukraine have directly affected the timber supply chain. Therefore, Tavico welcomed the delegation of Malaysian enterprises to explore investment opportunities, discuss solutions to diversify the supply to meet the development needs of the wood industry in each country. On June 16th, Vietnam Youth Federation of Đồng Nai Province have a preliminary conference on the half-term of the implementation of the resolution of the 7th Provincial Congress of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, term 2019-2024. In the past half-term, the association establishments have always closely followed the economic and social situation of the locality and the needs of young people in the new situation. Member organizations have had many effective programs that bring great social values and meanings, creating a spread among members and young people. In the second half of next term, our level of association continue to focus on overcoming the limitation in the implementation of the resolution of the Congress in the first half of the term. At the conference, delegates listen to discussions and discuss effective models and ways. From there, all level of association from the provinces to establishments could draw lessons from practical work in localities and units. Speaking after the meeting of the defense ministers of the member states of North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said the alliance will strengthen its combat unit along the bloc's eastern flank. At a press conference after concluding the meeting in the preparation for a NATO summit, which is scheduled to take place in Spain from June 29th to 30th, Mr. Stoltenberg said ministers discussed NATO's future deployment of forces and measures for the bloc to put support for the alliance by substantially increasing its presence, capacity, and combat readiness. This measure means that more combat formations will be deployed by NATO to strengthen our combat unit on the eastern flank. There will be more air, sea, and cyber defense systems, as well as stockpiles of weapons and equipment set up. According to him, the NATO summit would make important decisions regarding key areas such as strengthening NATO deterrence and defensive capabilities while maintaining support for Ukraine and other partners in danger. On June 16th, the United States announced sanctions against several Chinese and United Arab Emirates companies and a network of Iranian companies that help export Iranian petrochemical products. The U.S. Department of Treasury Under Secretary Brian Nelson said in the statement that the United States is pursuing a diplomatic roadmap for the parties to